What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, another full day of training, and gonna do another little behind the scenes training day vlog for you. We've been up since 6 o'clock. Already got the bulletproof coffee in. Already got 3 hours of work in. Now we're at the gym. It's time to do my favorite kettlebell core workout. Hopefully this will help you guys. This is one of the things that's gonna help me get my rotational strength up, so we can hit that ball further with more control. There's like a really sneaky cardio aspect to this workout. Not only does it wreck your core, but it makes you You know, that was a good workout. That was a really good workout. Kettlebells are my new favorite thing for golf training. So much of what we do relies on core strength, and I've talked about this before, but I think having a good solid core, probably one of the most undervalued things in golf, and something I'm working towards, making my core absolutely bulletproof this off season, because not even on like full shots, guys, like having a stable core on like putting and wedge shots, simple things, massive difference. Anyway, all right, let's go back home. I'm ready to eat. Food time, baby. We got our 4 eggs again with our everything bagel. Been tracking the macros on these. I've never had to track my food before. This whole thing's like 600 calories and 34 grams of protein. So not bad. It's been funny, like having to like measure food. I've never done that. And also I have a food scale. I got that food scale when I was doing my AutoFlex course vlogs, because I needed to measure the head weights to dial in the head weight for the AutoFlex. So it's come in handy, because now in order to hit the goals, I got to make sure my food's correct. And when you have to eat this much food, you want to try and maximize it as much as you can. I want to try and bulk efficiently and make sure I'm getting everything I need. Another thing I thought too, with more of these vlogs, is I'll kind of answer some like random questions and comments I always get while I'm doing my meals. So if you guys have questions like you want me to answer during like mealtime, let me know and I'll answer them now. One of the ones Joshua put in the comments earlier on yesterday's daily vlog was how many hours a week do I work? Now, my job, so I'm a audio engineer and a music producer. Because of COVID, pretty much everything has gone remote. So majority of my job right now is mixing and mastering. I do some producing, but mainly a lot of the stuff is people just send me files, I do my thing, and I send it off. And actually really cool, a project I worked on recently was just featured on billboards in Times Square, Toronto, London, all over the place. So here's a picture of the billboard right here. Pretty cool. I've never had a project. Actually, that's a lie. I think the stuff I did with Shawn Mendes was featured on a billboard in Times Square. But anyway, it's been a while since I had a project get this much like push. So that's really cool. I mastered 6 of the 7 songs on this EP. I've linked the EP below if you want to check it out. But in terms of work, I can make my own hours. I can work as much or as little as I want. Majority of the time. Some weeks are lighter and some weeks are pretty heavy, but because I can craft my own hours, I'm able to fit training in and around my work schedule. Also, I can work at night. I can work really early in the morning. So like this morning, I was up at 6. I got like 3 hours of work in before I even went to the gym. You know, I'll work more this afternoon. I'll work more tonight. What I kind of do in the wintertime is I kind of play the weather, because the rain here kind of comes in and out. So some days you'll have a ton of rain, and some days you'll have rain like on for 2 hours, off for 2 hours. And so I'll try and time it so that I work for the 2 hours it's raining. I head out there, do what I need to do when it's not raining, and then come back in and keep working. So, you know, where I'm staying is 8 minutes from the golf course. So I can rip back and forth. Actually, that project in Times Square that I was telling you about, I was at the golf course. One of the songs they wanted me to do, I was at the golf course practicing. The A&R from the record label called me and said, hey, we need this in 2 hours. I drove home, fired off the master for them, sent it to them. They approved it. I did the final touch-ups, sent it off, and was back on the golf course that afternoon. So living close is a perk, being able to kind of work and still train and get this done. All right, we're here at Cultus now. It's a little colder today. Gotta start wearing like 3 layers of clothes. It's the joys of training in the winter. Anyway, today we're gonna work on some putting, a little bit of chipping, and then we're probably gonna do a bunch of half swings today because we worked our core pretty hard at the gym. So I wanna just kind of keep that engaged. Do that, maybe we'll play a couple holes, and that'll be our day. But first things first is practice hole time. Let's go. All right, now that we're warmed up, time to get into putting. Now, big thing for this off season that I kind of mentioned when I was making my initial plan is one thing I learned from last year was that not everything translates to a tournament. You know, there are certain drills, certain things we do that on paper seem like they would work or seem like they would make us better, but those drills don't necessarily translate to tournament performance. And so it's definitely something I noticed this year was there were a series of drills I was doing, made me a better amateur, did not make me a better professional. So in pursuit of excellence, the Michael Jordan mentality that we're following this off season, I'm going to show you guys a series of drills that I do that I've learned now actually translate for me to a tournament setting. And the first thing is the putting course. So what I do is out here on the practice hole, we always have 3 pin locations, right? And so what I do is I take 9 tees and I make 3 locations per hole. Some putts are shorter, some putts are really long, more like lag putts. But the whole point is to simulate different types of pressure putts I'm gonna face during a round. I'm either gonna have to make a lag putt or I'm gonna have a close putt that I'm gonna wanna sink for birdie inside that 10-foot range. And so the key for this drill is to give myself the kind of variety I'm gonna face during a round, and then ultimately put a score to it at the end. So what I do is I allot 18 total putts, right? I look at this like I have approached the green in regulation, and now it's on me to see how under par I can get with these putts. All right, I've got all my tees set up. So now we're gonna rip around this putting course and see where I score it. Not bad. I'll go through this, 3 or 4 times in this position, and then I'll change up the putting course entirely. Now this drill is the reason why the Odyssey is back in the bag. One of the things I was noticing in my tournament play, my speed control and start line were still not where they need to be. As much as I love the Spider with the claw grip, when I would go into a tournament, my speed control, my 3-putt percentage would just exponentially go up. And so when I started doing this drill, I started to understand how I was attacking putts, where my start lines were, how I was delivering the putter. And I started to notice that actually a lot of my core fundamentals were wrong, were off. I was almost like hooking my putts with the spider. I was rotating the face so aggressively. And so, you know, I could see my miss pattern. I could see I was leaving putts short. I wasn't leaving them as close to the hole as I am with this, as you can see. And so I spent like 3 days out here with a bunch of different putters that I have, just cycling through different grips, different putters, all the things. And the one that yielded the best results is this. Now, I made an upgrade to it, and I added a WristLock grip to it. So what the WristLock does is it's like a normal super stroke, except you turn it on its side, and it's got this little bulge at the end. And so what that does is it allows you to kind of just anchor it in your hands a little more. Because the thing that always made me scared about using this, especially in a tournament setting, my hands can get a little funny in a tournament, right? It's one thing I've noticed in like pressure situations is that having the hands free doesn't work in my favor in a tournament setting. What this allows me to do is kind of keep my hands in a more stationary position. I've gone back to just a normal match grip, and between, you know, my individual testing here as well as testing I've done with Chris, who you guys will see later on when he gets here, we just found that I am a better putter with this. Now, if you guys follow Scott Fawcett in Decade, you know, you'll know one of the things he preaches publicly is putting is just all about speed control. So I've redid my entire putting stroke over the last 7 days as we had these floods with my little putting setup in my house. I just had a little lesson with Chris, and then basically for the 3 days when the rain was absolutely crazy out here and we couldn't go outside, all I did was hit, you know, hundreds of putts every single day with my mirror, with the mechanics, just going over and over to now have the stroke where it is now. Not bad at all. Found something in my stroke towards the end, and that's why that third pass, we beat our record. We got 6 1-putts. Now, when it comes to working on your stroke, I found actually most productive, in my opinion, from my experience now, to work on your stroke away from the course, and then when you're at the course, focus on green reading, drills like that. I think it's also good to come to the course and not be stressed about mechanics when it comes to putting, because there's so many other variables when it comes to the greens themselves. You know, one of the things I learned recently is like 50% of putts from 30 feet, if rolled perfectly, will miss just because of green irregularities. So there's only so much we can do with our stroke out here. If we can work on our speed and our green reading, and we, you know, take the stroke that we've worked on at home, bring it here. That's where I've seen the best results, combined with drills like that. So 6 out of 9 putts, that's a good day. Let's go hit some balls now. Big thing I'm working on today is I felt like yesterday I was too stiff with my hands. So today I'm really trying to feel just more free with the new motion, you know, staying wide in the takeaway, just fluid throughout. Wide, pushing back with that lead leg. So really loose arms, and then really like push off that front foot. That was really good. got a nice little temp green here on one today. 126 yards. All right, can we make the putt on the temp? Oh, temp greens are always so dicey. Almost got it. I used to hate temp greens with like a passion because it doesn't feel like real golf. But from a training perspective, I actually have grown to really like them. Temp greens are always so much smaller than the actual green. So from an approach perspective, when they throw the temps out here because of weather or whatever, I kind of look at it like, okay, we got a smaller target. We're going to work on our ball striking today. All right, this hole here. Keep leaking it right because I'm not turning properly because I'm failing. So today we're gonna commit. We're gonna commit all into this shot. We're not gonna bail, okay? All right, not gonna bail. We're committed. We're aimed. We're right under this. We're committed. All right, we're 2 for 2 on hitting great approaches so far. Wow, see, there's not a lot of room to land it here. And if you land it short, it's going down that hill. All right, same thing as last time. All right, we gotta commit to dropping that leg. Going through our we're on the green. Oh, let's go say hi to Chris before we leave. He's hiding in here. Let's see, is he in here? Hi. I'd like to order a putting lesson. Guys, let me know. Do you want me to do another episode with Chris? Putting lesson? Let me know in the comments below. For the post-training meal today, we got a protein-packed chicken and rice thing going on here. This is bulking meal 2 of 3 for today. Total meal is about 850 calories. So I'll have this plus another 1,200 calories from a protein shake. And then I'll probably have another meal today because today was a pretty heavy workout. So we'll probably go above 4,000 calories today. And that'll be it. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me for another day of training. The rest of the night is gonna be work time and I'll squeeze in editing this video. And it's about 5:30 now. So got plenty of hours to get, I've already got about 4 hours of work done. Can crush another 4 and still have plenty of time left to enjoy my night. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think of the vlogs and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.